Good morning again. I'm just leaving Harper, Texas, and the sun is coming up in the east, and it's a pretty day out here in the Texas Hill Country. I've been thinking a lot about a couple of different guys. One of them's Captain Ken Kendrick, who was a tugboat captain. And when I first told my parents that I wasn't going to continue college at Texas Tech back when I was 19 years old, I eventually got a job on a tugboat with a company called Arthur Smith Barge Lines. And that tugboat it traveled on the intercoastal waterway between, say, Brownsville and the Mississippi River. And that whole intercoastal waterway is how lots of our oil and gas and chemical products travel throughout Texas and Louisiana. And I was a deckhand for about 4 months for Arthur Smith Barge Lines and another company called Alamo Barge Lines. And I was I cleaned the ship, I cooked the food, I oiled the diesel engines, I did pretty much whatever they wanted. And whenever they weren't looking, I went fishing or swimming. And we would carry things like benzene and kerosene and chemical products from one place to another. And I've been to all those chemical plants along the intercoastal waterway all over the coast of Texas and Louisiana. And I can tell you that the intercoastal, when you go east from the Texas-Louisiana border on the intercoastal waterway, and you travel back into the interior of Louisiana, I'm telling you right now, it's some of the deepest, darkest jungle I've ever been in, and I've been in quite a few. And there are snakes and alligators and reptiles, insects that carry away a small child. It's brutal, and it's just brutal. And there was a captain named Ken Kendrick, and I will never forget this guy because he was so full of bullshit. He had been in Vietnam. I don't know what kind of job he had there, but to hear him tell it, he was like, the Audie Murphy of Vietnam. I mean, this guy, would tell you about attacking Vietnamese, Viet Cong villages and, death-defying things. And any kind of story to pass the long hours driving in the tugboat in the middle of the night through Louisiana and Texas. And old Captain Ken, he was a career tugboat captain, but it was like he called himself the master of the vessel, and he pretended like he was some kind of an admiral or something. He put on all sorts of airs, and how basically being a tugboat captain was like the pinnacle of human life, when you were given the charge and being the master of the vessel of a real life tugboat that goes doot 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 doot, I remember old Captain Kim. He taught me a lot of things about cooking. He taught me a lot about how to fry chicken and how to wash dishes and clean the soap off of them afterwards, and about keeping things clean and not contaminated, keeping things orderly. I carry a lot of that with me, even though sometimes when you look at my house, you may not guess that. But here's a shout out to Captain Ken if you're still alive. I didn't necessarily enjoy the whole experience while I was there, but I appreciate it. now that I have that to look back on, and it helps me grow up in lots of ways. So thanks, Captain Ken.